Hello everyone, thank you for having us. I am Vindy and my friend is Fuji Alamsari. We are from STBI Yapari Bandung. In this session, we would like to share about our presentation. Now let me share about the presentation first. Yeah. Okay, now we would like to talk to you about code mixing in food and beverage menu in some cafes in Bandung and implication for tourism attractions. So, what's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the code mixings? Yeah, I believe that everyone has already known about code mixing because it is so familiar for us. Yeah. In this session, we have divided our presentation into 5 parts. First, about topic introduction. Second, literature review. Third, method. Fourth, finding and discussions. And the last, fifth, conclusion. So, I'm going to talk about introduction or the research background and the literature review, and my friends Fuji Alamsari would like to share to you about the finding, discussion, and conclusion. Okay, so as I mentioned it before, the first thing I'm going to talk about is the research background. Okay, as we know, language is one of the most important parts of human life. Through language, humans can communicate among themselves to express their ideas, both formally or informally. In communicating, sometimes people don't only use one language. An interesting phenomenon that often occurs is that many people make a code as alternation in the form of code mixing in communicating with other people. Yeah. Kridaksana in 2001 said that code mixing is the use of variation in other languages or other languages to adapt to other roles or situations because of the presence of other participants. Next, about the other phenomenon of code mixing can be seen both through electronic media and printed media. In fact, if we look closely, we often find that code mixing occurs in the environments of our daily lives, both written and oral. The use of code mixing also often occurs in tourist destinations in Bandung. Of course, the goal is to attract tourists to visit Bandung. Tourists who come, both domestic and foreign tourists, not only want to enjoy the beauty of tourist destination, but also the types of food available in the city. Interestingly, when a menu was found made by the manager of a culinary tourism business in Bandung using code mixing. Okay, and then what is the relation of the culinary tourism business managers? Actually, culinary tourism business managers using code mixing certainly have an important purpose. Various motivations must be owned by the business managers. In addition, there is a distinct impact on culinary tourism when reading food menus that use code mixing. Based on the background of these phenomena, researchers are interested in conducting studies on the code mix used in the food menu. Here are our aims of the research. First, to find out the type of code mixing, the consumer responses about using of code mixing on the menu cafe, and then the motivation. We would want to know about the motivation of business managers in using code mixing on the mini cafes and Implications. So what are the implications of using code mixing in the country menu on tourist attractions in Bandung? Yeah, therefore, we found some data, and of course, we have already found about some references to prove this research. Okay, so let's see about the literature field. It's related to the language variations. We have known that the variety of language variety is seen as a result of the social diversity of the speaker of that language and diversity of language functions. And second, the variation or language variety already exists to fulfill its function as a means of interactions in various community activities. So the statements, we found this theory from Hare and Augustine, from Hare and Augustine in 2004. Okay, next about code and code mixings. Yeah, the code is a variant in the linguistic hierarchy. If two speakers are bilingual, who uses the codes and experiences between two languages when they communicate with code switching, we can say it that the general concept to describe three social factors in determining the code, namely participle, place, background, and topics. And about the code mixing itself, according to Holmes in 1992 and 51, in mixing, the transitional code only occurs in sentences, meaning that it includes mixing the elements of the sentence. Yeah. Now let we see about the types of code mixings. So based on the linguistic element in food, Suwito in 1996 distinguished code mixing into several types. Yes, first about the insertion of elements that are in the form of words, the insertion of element in the form of phrases, insertion of element in the form of a tester, and then for the insertion of elements that are in the form of repeated words, and E, the insertion of element in the form of expression or idioms, and F, the insertion of elements that are in the form of a clause. So based on this theory, we are looking about some data here. Then we classified into the types of code mixing. Okay, next about the clause and type of clause. Best hired in 2009, clauses can be differentiated based on the category and the type of category that becomes the predicate. The following is an example and an explanation of the type of clauses. Okay, and then how about the phrases? The clause and the type of clause based on the Ramlan. According to Ramlan in Tarigan 2009, a clause is a linguistic form consisting of a subject and a predicate. So a clause is a syntactic unit that is above the unit phrase and below the sentence unit in the form of series of words with a predicative contractions. Now, let's see about our methods. The research method used in this research is descriptive method. We found some experts who explain about this appropriate method for our research. This expert's opinion is supported by Surahmat in 1996 that the descriptive method has the following characteristics: focus on solving problems that exist in the present, on actual problems, and the data collected in the first compiled, explained, and then analyzed. And moreover, Jasa Sudarma in 1992 states that the descriptive method is solely based on accepting facts or phenomena that are empirically live to the speaker, so that what is produced is truly what it is. Okay. Yeah, that's all about my explanations, yeah, about the research background, the purpose of the research, literature review, and methods. Then my friends, Fuji Alamsari, would share to you about finding and discussion, and of course, our conclusion in our research. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Ibu Vindy, who has just delivered your articles. And today I'm going to address the finding and discussions. Okay, thank you. Okay, we found 22 data about code mixing used by some menus in Bandung, especially in cafe. And there are two classifications found in this research. We have code mixing in phrases and we have code mixing in clauses. Okay, due to the findings, the code mixing in phrases are divided into four types. There are noun, adjective, noun phrase, and prepositional phrase. The amount of the noun in code mixing of the phrases are 3 data, and then 1 data for adjective, 3 data for noun phrases, and 3 data for prepositional phrases. On the other hand, we have also the code mixing in clauses. These types are divided into 4. The first, nominal, verbal, adjective, and noun phrases. The amount of these findings, we have 5 data for nominal used in clauses of this code mixing, and then 1 verbal, and 2 adjective, and 4 noun phrases that used or in code mixing in clauses. Okay, next. Now I'm going to briefly describe the data found, yeah, based on the classification. The first, code mixing in phrases. We have a noun code mixing. In the data, we have roti butter. As we can see that this is classified into phrases that use code mixing, because roti in bahasa Indonesia and butter are used in that menu. So at first bahasa Indonesia roti, yeah, and then continued by the English, the word English of butter. So this code mixing is classified into noun used in phrases. And the second data is as kopi susu original. This is the part of adjective in these phrases that use code mixing, yeah. As kopi susu is in bahasa Indonesia and then mixed with the word original as the adjective in English. So these phrases use adjective in the code mixing. And then the third one, we have noun phrase code mixing. Yeah, the data is pisang bakar brown sugar. As we can see that that phrase use code mixing bahasa Indonesia with the phrase pisang bakar and then mixed with brown sugar as the phrase of English. So this data also use code mixing in noun phrase. And then the last one, we have prepositional phrases, which one of the data is cireng Pandawa with special sweet and spicy sauce. As we can see, this data use prepositional phrase code mixing. The phrases cireng Pandawa is in bahasa Indonesia and then mixed with the prepositional phrases with special sweet and spicy sauce as the mixture of this menu into English. Okay, next we are carrying to the second classification, that is code mixing in clauses. We found that some data that divided into form nominal code mixing and then verbal code mixing, adjective code mixing, and noun phrase. Okay, the data for nominal code mixing, we found cemilan and dessert teman nongkrong asik. This is nominal code mixing in clauses because cemilan and teman nongkrong asik are in bahasa Indonesia and then combined with the word dessert, and this is stated in a clause. The second verbal code mixing, digiling oleh kru sesuai requestmu saat dipesan. The word request is a verb, so this is called verbal code mixing, that is mixed in the clause with digiling oleh kru sesuai and saat dipesan. That those data are classified into verbal code mixing used in clauses. And then the third one, the data of adjective code mixing in the clause. Coklat tebal Nutella dioleskan ke atas roti bakar crispy, enaknya luar biasa. As we can see, the clause consisting code mixing between the adjective crispy in English and then mixed with bahasa Indonesia which is stated coklat tebal Nutella dioleskan ke atas roti bakar. So the clause consists code mixing of adjective. And then the last one, we have noun phrase. Noun phrase in this clause, pisang nikmat yang dibakar ditaburi bubuk green tea dan susu kental manis. In this data, we can see that green tea as the noun phrase is mixed in the clause pisang nikmat yang dibakar ditaburi bubuk dan susu kental manis as bahasa Indonesia. So those data are classified into code mixing in the clauses. So here just I describe the data, and then this is what makes us as the research to attract to research this issue, that the consumer respond about using of code mixing on cafe menu. This is very interesting. As we can see from the recapitulation of this research, that we randomly used Google form, that we conclude that some response of the consumer after reading the menu using code mixing. Okay, we can see that we have 34.3% they agree with this code mixing that used in the menu, and then there are 30% strongly agree about using code mixing of the on the menu, and only 12.9% who disagree about this code mixing that used in menu, and also we can see only 5.7% strongly disagree, and then less agree that 70.1%. So I can conclude, or we can conclude, that most of the consumer respond good, and they agree that using code mixing in the menu is very attractive for them. And then next, I'm going also to deliver some implication. This is some motivation. We actually have interviewed some managers of cafe in Bandung, and then we were curious whether they use code mixing or not. And then why do they use code mixing in their menu? Here's some response of the managers. So we can see that the motivation possessed by business managers is they very eager to use code mixing in their menu to attract the consumers, of course. Next. Okay, here is some implication of code mixing in the cafe menu on tourist attraction in Bandung. Of course, this is, we can see some conclusion that we know from the motivation of the managers using code mixing on their menu. Yeah, and of course it has some implication toward the tourist attractions. The first, why do they use it? Because this is very understandable, being understood by the visitors, especially for foreign visitors. They are very familiar with the phrases, clauses, or the word using uh, their own language, whether it is mixed with bahasa Indonesia. But when they see the menu, that will understand what are we going to what are they going to, what is it order, because this is very understandable and familiar with them. And then the second, the implication that the effectiveness of the menu content, of course, this effectiveness of the menu, it is for their goals, yeah, to attract the uh, the visitors. And this is similar to the third one, the third implication, attracting the culinary tourists. This is very effective for them to attract the visitors, especially for the foreign tourists in Bandung. Thank you. Okay, we are going to the conclusion. Yeah. To sum up, that we found 22 data and we classified the code mixing found in this research into code mixing in phrases and then code mixing in clauses with their types. And I have just also presented previous one. And then this is the result that most of visitors and consumers agree that using code mixing is very attractive and good for the cafe to attract them. And then there are some motivation of the manager to use code mixing in their menu. The first, to attract consumer interest, and then to adjust the current condition of society and foreign language learning the media. This is very suitable to the situation nowadays, especially when we are in the global society. So we can also adjust the condition of the menu in the cafe toward the learning media today. And then there are some implications. The first, visitors understanding the menu offered. And then the second one, the effectiveness of using foreign languages in menu content, and then helping managers to attract culinary tourists. Those are the conclusion of the research. Thank you. Okay, next. Oh, here are some references that we cited, yeah, for our research. So there are many references that we use. Okay, that's all from me and Ibu Vindy. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.